The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Marcus Aurelius. The wise person knows how little they know. The fool thinks they know everything. Wisdom begins with recognizing the vastness of your ignorance. Here are some ways to apply this. The expert got blindsided. The beginner asked the obvious question. The know-it-all stopped learning. The humble kept growing. Certainty is often the enemy of truth. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Your thoughts are not just reflections of reality. They shape reality. What you think about grows. What you focus on develops. Your mind is the blueprint for your life. Here are some ways to apply this. Think about problems, see only problems. Think about solutions, find solutions. Think about growth, become someone who grows. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. You can't navigate life if you don't know who's doing the navigating. Understand your strengths, weaknesses, tendencies, and values. Self-knowledge is the foundation everything else builds on. Here are some ways to apply this. Know you're prone to anger and you can manage it. Know your values and decisions become clear. Know your weaknesses and you can compensate. It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. Epictetus. Wisdom requires considering ideas you disagree with. You can understand a position without adopting it. The wise mind explores all possibilities before choosing. Here are some ways to apply this. Understand the opposing argument to strengthen your own. Consider the advice without necessarily following it. Explore the belief without converting to it. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Seneca. You can think your way to wisdom, you can copy the wise, or you can suffer into wisdom. The first is best, the second is easiest, the third is most common. Choose consciously. Here are some ways to apply this. Learn from others' mistakes before making your own. Study what works before reinventing the wheel. But if you must learn the hard way, at least learn. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Seneca. The wise and the foolish often do the same things. The difference is timing. Wisdom acts when action is cheap. Foolishness acts when forced to at maximum cost. Here are some ways to apply this. Wise person saves early. Fool saves after the crisis. Wise person apologizes immediately. Fool apologizes after the damage. Wise person changes course early. Fool changes when there's no choice. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Confidence in your knowledge is inversely proportional to actual knowledge. The more you know, the more you know you don't know. Beware of certainty, especially your own. Here are some ways to apply this. The loudest voice in the room often knows the least. Experts speak tentatively. Amateurs speak absolutely. True masters still call themselves students. Hang on to your youthful enthusiasms. You'll be able to use them better when you're older. Seneca. The pursuit of wisdom is wisdom. The claim to have achieved it is foolishness. Wisdom is a direction, not a destination. Keep seeking. Never arrive. Here are some ways to apply this. The moment you think you've mastered something, learning stops. Those who claim enlightenment rarely are. Stay hungry for knowledge. Satisfaction is stagnation.